Hey, everybody, what's going on? Uh, let me see if Facebook is going to give me anybody before we get started, but maybe they will. Maybe they won't. We'll see in just a second here. Here we go.
Hey, replay viewers.
Yeah, hey, replay viewers, all you guys, what's going on? I got somebody to pop in here. Make sure you guys go ahead and share this broadcast out. What me and Melissa wanted to do real quick was to really. So, what we want to do real quick is that we want to come on and give thank yous for everybody who commented or liked any of our anniversary stuff. Today, is our anniversary, is our 1 year anniversary married, and we've been together for what, 4 years?
Yeah, January 5.
Yeah. It'll be 4 years. So we just wanted to come on and say thank you. We kind of wanted to relive that day because I'm not sure if she's kind of into that. But hey, Roro, what's going on? All the comments over here. So
Oh yeah, I'm like, you got all this stuff on the screen. I don't know how to read it.
So I just wanted to see if I can put it up here. Can I? There it is. Hey, Rochelle, what's going on with you? So we just wanted to say thank you for all the love. Now, July 21st for us, this time last year, I think we were married by now. We were still partying at this time last year.
Yeah.
But
it's only 8:00.
Right. It was only 8 o'clock. So we just want to relive a little bit of this stuff because there are a lot of folks that are watching this that are friends of mine and follow me because I'm more on social media than she is. But that day, July 21st of last year, was, I here in Idaho, extremely, extremely, extremely hot.
It was horrible.
It was amazing. If you've seen some of the pictures that we posted on Facebook, those pictures may look like we were comfortable, but I can promise you, anybody that was there as part of the wedding party, or if they were at the wedding at all, they can tell you that it wasn't as comfortable as it looked. I think that day it was what? It was a little over 100, right about there about.
It was bad.
Yeah. And she had on her wedding dress, and my groomsmen, all my guys, Jared and Philip Stevens and all those guys, they had on tuxes, but they didn't have on the jackets. I was the only guy with a jacket, and the reason, and it was a wool blend tux.
It's the cheapest one.
It was a wool blend tux, so you can imagine it was, it's 100 degrees, and we out there baking. Well, I'm baking, and I'm like, why am I? And it's like,
Let's not forget that my limo had no freaking air, and he was blowing heat on us.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't forget that, because you weren't the only one baking. I was baking in a limo that we paid for.
Yeah, pay good money for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good money for.
Yeah.
No AC.
No AC.
And this big ball gown that I had to have that was butchered, that was just...
Yeah, it would have. Tell them about that. You gotta tell
Oh
them about the
gosh,
wedding.
it was just a...
Yeah, you gotta tell them about the what. You gotta tell them about that.
Yeah, that wedding dress. It was great on the hanger, and it should have stayed there. Let's be real. It should have stayed on the hanger. It was way too much money.
Right.
I had to get it fitted. The first lady butchered it. Yes, I paid for it. Then we pick it up, and not only did she butcher my dress, but there's animal hair all in my dress. And if you haven't seen my dress, layers and layers and layers of ruffles. Like, I have pictures of my auntie and my friend rolling my dress because I even took it to the cleaners and they didn't even get all the dog hair out. Like, it was just dirty. It was a bad experience. I had to pay twice to get it fixed. It was bad.
Yeah.
The dress should have stayed on the hanger.
When I tell you guys the level of stress that week was, those of you that are probably watching that, if you've gone through a wedding and been married, the level of stress that week was unbearable. She was almost unbearable to live with that week. It was just really, bad because
Well,
it was
it
worried
was
about
the
the dress.
dress. We had people drop out of the wedding party, like multiple people. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was more than one thing. What else? Something else. I mean, at the end of the day, like none of that mattered, right? Because it was a
Right.
beautiful wedding and everything came together. And I was so thankful and appreciative for everybody that did come and be a part of our wedding. But it was very stressful,
Yeah.
guys.
Totally.
Just go on a vacation. Just go on vacation.
Yeah. If you can, go elope.
Go for a
Don't worry about
week.
it. Don't do it.
Go get married somewhere.
Yeah.
Have the best vacation of your life with the few closest people to you.
Yeah. It was rough.
Yeah, I would. You know, I said I would do it all over again. I probably would because we had an awesome wedding.
You did. We did. By the time it was over, I think we had a fight break out at our reception. Well, it was minor. Still, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny though. We had great food. Shout out to Mountain View Barn here in Jerome, Idaho. Idaho. I said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idaho.
That's
That's where we live.
where we live. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm getting old. Shout out to Mountain View, even though their swamp fans weren't working that day. And so before the wedding, all the grooms, me and all my groomsmen, we went to the venue to actually get dressed. And so there was no AC in that place at all, and they were cooking the food for the wedding downstairs, so the heat, of course, rises. So we was
To the reception hall,
okay.
the heat went.
yeah, it was terrible, man. Let me tell you something, man.
It was hot.
I'm not slim. You may or may not know that, but I'm not slim, and so getting dressed in that kind of humidity, it was not necessarily hot, but it was really sticky that day. But my groomsmen, all those guys, shout out to them. You know, Thomas and AJ and Jared and Philip and Bruce, who's in the party, but not part of this. But shout out to them because they were very. They were part of the game. They was like, you know what, we're gonna do this, and don't forget about my brother-in-law Brad. I forgot about him, and Lil Jay and all them.
Oh, the
but it
kids
was
are
hard.
miserable.
Oh, God, yeah, it was-
You could
yeah,
see
the
it in the
kid-
photos. They just wanted to get naked. I think we all did.
Yeah. Well, Jay got naked before the wedding
Yeah.
started, so it was. We had to go
Yeah.
find Jay and get
We
him
have
dressed.
no pictures of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Like
do.
one.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, one.
Yeah. But
Guys had all these like photographs that we wanted to have, and it was just too hot. It was too
Yeah.
hot. The ones that are like really pretty, right? The ones by the barn, and we were like, hurry up and take
Yeah.
this damn
It
photo
was-
because we're done with
it was rough.
I want
man.
to take
I
my
gotta
dress
tell you.
off.
I gotta tell y'all, it was.
I forgot my bouquet at the hotel.
Yes.
So the limo pulled up, dying, heat blowing on me and my mother, and we're just ready to die.
Yeah.
And we have to drive back to the hotel to get my bouquet, right?
Yeah.
This special bouquet, I had to have it. It was gorgeous.
Well, it was a good thing the hotel wasn't across town.
Right,
It was on the street.
right. It was a mile down the road, but still, it was hot.
Yeah, it was still hot.
And then after all the pictures, I was ready to change, and so
Go ahead.
I'm in my drawers underneath, and I got nothing to change into. My reception dress was at the hotel.
But here's what's funny. At that moment that she forgot the bouquet and had to go back to the hotel, her maid of honor at the time, she says to me, because I saw the limo coming from where I was standing. I saw the limo coming, and then the next thing I know, I see the tail lights of the limo. And so at her maid of honor at the time was like, after she stood you up at the altar. I mean, and because I was so in my emotion that day, I kind of believed her, and I almost fell apart right there at the altar. And I was like, oh, and then she turned around and said, oh, I was just kidding, and she comes back. Now there was a lot of moments during our ceremony that were monumental to me, and she probably speak on her favorite parts, but the first thing that I remember that was monumental was we did a first reveal. We did a first reveal at the altar. So I didn't see Melissa in her dress at all until she got about 3 rows from me. So I was actually had my back turned to the altar, so I could not see her. And so by the time she got 3 rows back, my best man says, if you watch the Brothers of Legacy, you heard the story already. But my best man says to me, "Okay, she's here." And so I turn around and I see her for the first time in her dress. There is a picture floating around somewhere. I don't know if it's on. What's AD? I don't know if it's on Google Photos. I'm sure she's got it somewhere. But there's a picture of me where I am hunched over, and I'm clenching my knees. And just so if anybody is in the thought of getting married, do a first reveal, because
You keep calling it a first.
what is it
reveal.
called? What's it called?
It's no, you're like
A first look? Is that what it's called?
first look means like before the wedding.
Okay,
you
what-
guys do it,
Okay, what's
and
it called?
you just don't look until she's close to the altar.
Yeah, so whatever that's called, you put a title on it, right? And I'll tell you guys, that moment hit different for me, because anybody that knows my history, that knows me personally, knows what I've gone through in my life, in my past, and all that. And that's AD. And to see her in her dress, and it's like that moment, everything started over. That's what it felt like, right? And so I remember standing there, clutching my knees, and losing my stuff. I'm a baller. I'm a wreck. I'm a complete wreck, and my best man's trying to calm me down. And he's like, "Oh man, just calm down. It's okay. It's okay." And I'm like, "No, bro, it ain't okay." You know. But that was one of the most memorable moments for me. Another memorable moment was when this one decided she wanted to bust out in a tune as she was giving her vows. So we had our vows wrote, and she bust out a line from one of Music Soul Child songs. What was the line? Don't change. And she tried to sing "Even When You Get on My Last Nerve." That was the funniest thing.
You get on my last nerve.
And so she's on the mic. She tried to sing this. I'm telling you guys, you really had to be there. It was hilarious to hear her sing. I don't think I had ever heard her sing before then. And so I remember telling her, during the ceremony, don't do that ever again. Hey, Pastor Michelle, what's going on? Oh, we got with them Thursday night. Anyways, and then the last memory that I have that is memorable. It's so many, but the biggest one was my auntie. Well, her auntie Laura, actually officiated our ceremony. And what she do, babe?
She called you Larry.
Boy, keep trying. What? Trying? I keep saying trying. You saying trying? I do. I don't know. What did I say? Trying? When?
They're trying to sing.
Oh yeah, it was horrendous.
Yeah, I can't sing.
It was
Or
horrible.
dance.
It was horrible. For real. Hey Maria, it was horrible. Thank you for that. Happy anniversary to us. We've been getting love all day, so we wanted to come on and say thank you. But yeah, she during the ceremony, as she was saying, what was it? Do you take Larry? No. What part was that? At the end though.
It was like, take your left hand. Larry, do you take?
Yeah,
something?
Larry, do you take?
Yeah, and so she put Terry and left together, and it became Larry, and
Right.
she'll never live it down.
Never. As in Curly and Mo. It was like Larry, Curly and Mo. And so when she says that, somebody took a snapshot of my face when she said that, and I'm looking around in the ceremony, going like, "You marrying somebody else?" I was not aware. I wish somebody would have told me that he was marrying a Larry. But and they still, her side of the family still calls me that. They'll send me a message, or I talk to her brother on Snapchat, and he'll be like, "Hey, what's up, Larry? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm still Terry, bro. I've been Terry for 45 years. Anything changed?" Thank you. I can't wait to be with you guys Thursday. It's gonna be awesome. So what for you, eh? Oh, one more thing.
I mean, you're saying them all, so go ahead.
There's a picture of her, and I would never post this, but there's a picture of her Uh, did you answer her calling? Wait, did I answer? I gave her a crazy look, but I knew what she meant.
We all laughed.
Yeah,
It was funny.
It was. Yeah,
It was so good because it was so hot. It was a good break in the like seriousness.
Yeah, it
was good.
It was serious. But there's another picture of her that I would never post. But she was at the hotel getting ready to come out to the wedding, and
I posted it. It was epic. Yeah,
You posted that picture?
We should make it go viral. It's the best way to go to the bathroom in your wedding dress.
She went to the bathroom in her wedding dress, and so there's a picture of her with the windows like flowered over the toilet, and she's just sitting there, just squatting, taking whatever she's doing in her wedding dress, and I'm like, Jesus.
Backwards. You missed the whole thing.
It was backwards?
Yeah, I was facing the wall. I was backwards. I was facing the tank. Well, I mean, the back of the dress is huge. You can't sit the right way and think it's gonna. Where's the dress gonna go?
I didn't think you were backwards.
Yes, I was sitting like straddling it backwards. My butt was towards the door.
Oh.
That's what makes it so funny. I'm sitting on the toilet this way, and my back is to the camera. Yeah. It was epic.
I did not know.
Because I got dressed. Everybody had to be at the venue before me.
Right.
So they had to help me lace up and get all ready. And then I'm like, Auntie. She's like, what?
Yeah.
I gotta pee. She's like, well, let's make it happen.
Oh,
I said,
man.
I got an idea.
And she peed in the way that. Well, here's the thing I feel I'm blessed about. I feel good about is that you didn't pee on your wedding dress.
Right.
Right. That would have been bad.
Right. There's enough dust and dog hair and stuff on it from
you smell like urine.
All the mishaps.
You smell like urine in the spare. That wouldn't have been cool. That wouldn't have been sexy at all. I might have had to.
Okay, enough of that.
Oh man. Well, other than what I say, is there anything?
Well, you said like a lot of things.
I did the first turn.
I like that we had like our little wedding vow books things I bought, and we were able to write them in them, so it wasn't just like this ratchet piece of paper, and it fit like the theme of our wedding, but somebody left them in the rental, so our vows are gone.
Yeah, I can't. You still have yours?
They were in your coat jacket.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only regret, you guys, is that I left our vow books in the inside pocket of my jacket. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Her diaper under her dress. It was hard to get my underwear back up, I can tell you that.
That had to be tough.
I'm like, Auntie!
Yeah, that had to be tough.
Because the dress is just so big.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had that struggle. I'm sorry.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What else? There's a picture of like my aunt. I had her hold my vow book. Because really there's nowhere for my maid of honor to like hold it. So there's a really cute picture of like my aunt being part of the wedding. She gets to like hand me the vow book. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
And my dad, I was just really thankful. My dad's a smart ass.
Lord, her dad.
And like he didn't he behaved himself at the wedding.
He did.
My mom must have really coached him over like long distance.
Shout out to Papa Tim. What's up?
He behaved, and he didn't say anything smart when he like released me to Terry. Or
I just knew he was going to do it.
Would you call it turn it over or what? I feel like I'm a criminal now. Release me.
Right.
Turn me over to the.
You're on furlough.
I don't know what it's called, but like, yeah.
It was funny.
Anyway, so that was like my biggest fear. I'm like, gosh, my dad's such a smart ass. I wonder what he's gonna say.
Yeah, and it surprised me too. But I can tell you one thing about her father, Papa Tim, he was in his dress shoes. See, okay, so originally he was gonna come down the aisle and give her away in a Harley Davidson jacket.
I got him in a tux, guys. Like that has been. It probably won't happen again.
No, it's absolutely not going to happen again. That's for sure. But he had his dress shoes for the ceremony, and I promise you, 5 minutes after the ceremony was over, he put them tennis shoes on, and when he got on his club knockers and his suit, still with his vest, and it was time to party. But it was a good time. We had a lot of colorful guests at our wedding. My best friend, one of my best friends, Courtney came, flew out from North Carolina to come and to
She
be with
was
us.
a trooper.
And
She wanted to make sure that he had
somebody
from back home
Yeah,
supporting
I
him because
appreciate her.
nobody came from North Carolina to support him.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty cool. She flew in the night before the wedding, like real late. She flew all the way to Boise. She had to drive 2 hours to Twin Falls, check into the hotel. Like, next day was wedding day.
Yep.
She stopped in, asked if we needed help. Like, she was real awesome. And then she flew out the next day. It was like,
Yeah.
literally came to support.
She was
in and out, but it was really, she was a blast to have. She sat with, that's probably what, that's Courtney. Oh, Courtney, when you see this.
She's going to flip out.
I'll never forget. Like, she was sitting with all of our friends from church and a couple pastors, and she didn't have the slightest clue. And she was just having a good old conversation. Not knowing. And when she found out, her jaw dropped.
Yeah.
So it was pretty funny.
It's amazing to me that, one of the guys from church still inboxed me about Courtney around them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
So it was crazy. But nonetheless, she gave a great toast at the reception, which was fun. Shout out to Chad Poston, who was our DJ. He did an excellent job. He's getting married here pretty soon. So
I hope
shout
he's
out
got
to
a great DJ.
Yeah. Shout out to Chad and Samantha. They're getting married here pretty soon. What else? My mother-in-law. Let me tell you something about my mother-in-law, Teresa West. If she watches some, I'm sure Melissa will attack her in this one a little bit. She was an absolute trooper, and what she did for me that will always stick out is that we did our first dance, and then
it was horrible.
It was not horrible.
It was horrible.
It was not horrible. The first dance is somewhere online. It was not bad. She did a great two-step. Please understand. But her mother, my mother-in-law, we decided she danced with her father, and of course my father wasn't there, and my mother wasn't there. My mother's passed away, so Mama Teresa decided that we decided to do a dance together. She was my mother for the dance, and that was one of the most moving moments of the reception. Was dancing with my mother-in-law in lieu of my mother, which was awesome, and I will forever be indebted to her for that, for her giving me that particular moment. So, shout out to you, Mama Teresa, for Mama. Yes, that's what I always call her when
she was a real trooper. She came down early before the wedding.
Yeah.
To help out. We just had so many people, all hands on deck, because we did a Sunday wedding, and it was cheaper, guys. Y'all get married on Sunday. Leave them Friday and Saturday weddings alone.
Get cheap on
Sunday weddings, yeah.
Very cheap. Very hot out here in Idaho, but very cheap.
Sunday and heat has nothing to do with each other.
No, not a thing.
Yeah, overall it was good. We had a lot of people that loved on us and made it happen. I prepared for that whole 8 or 9 months prior, making and crafting and building and sawing and cutting and.
Who was our cake decorator? Who was that cake for?
Fox. Is it Lulu? Foxy Lulu. Foxy.
Boy, let me tell you something. And y'all see me in this camera. Y'all see I ain't small. I love cake, right? And so the cake that we had was absolutely amazing. I remember doing the tasting for it, but I don't remember.
My favorite was is it chocolate, strawberry, and cream cheese?
Well, I know you like chocolate, but.
You can't go a day without saying that, can you?
I'm just saying, you're here for a reason. I'm just saying.
Lord help me. I haven't stabbed him yet, y'all. He's made it 365 days.
Yeah, I've made it through.
Is it leap year? 366.
I have no idea. I
You
don't
made it
know.
alive?
God, don't give me the line. I don't know what leap year is. I remember hearing about it as a kid. Don't know nothing about it. But we ended the night. The night was, like I said, overall we had a lot of our folks from Best Buy came when I worked for Best Buy at the time, and came to put a reception. It was a great service and reception and all that. But I want to say this to you on camera. It's been a year, right? But there is no one else that I would rather live my life with than you. Every day hasn't been rosy or peachy or anything like that. But
Is any marriage?
there is no one else.
Thanks,
There's
man.
no one else. You know, and so
Aw.
she's been my rock for the past year. She's put up with my fits, and that's how I dry her going off. So don't mind that. But she's awesome, and she's my rock. She's the epitome of Shiro. She's, you know, I love her to death. But I just wanted to come on, and we want to come on and say thank you for everyone who's threw up a like, a comment on any of the postings today for our anniversary. We really appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. And she's going to yawn on camera like it's okay. Am I boring to you? Am I boring you?
Tired.
Yeah. Well, we had to get this done first. But thank you guys for real. And,
It's 10:30 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
well, it's only 9:30 when Pastor Michelle is.
Well,
That's a good thing, huh?
yeah. Great.
All right, we're going to get out of here, but we just want to say hey and thank you guys for all the love and support. We appreciate you. You know, one down, we've got forever to go, babe.
Amen.
Love you. You guys have a great night. We'll see you.
You don't do your